internet. I am having a blog where I do the journey of getting into the developer world, um, Objective C coding world. And the thing is, I also wrote there a blog post about the motivation to coding in general. And my problem there is that it's quite the paradoxum because I myself am not really using that. It's very easy to say, oh, don't think of yourself as being stupid when you can't figure something out immediately. But to yourself, saying that to yourself is harder because you yourself can really understand that because you think that you are actually not a stupid, but then you actually think, oh my gosh, I'm the stupidest person ever. And so yes, in my opinion, now when looking back, what, like 10 days, looking back to it now, it was rather stupid of me posting a post where I advised people to do things or to not do these things that I actually do. Sometimes I have moments where I actually think it would be best if I just quit programming it because I'm too stupid to figure things out on myself. I can't connect things. So why am I even trying? I'm now trying to get in the developer world for like 3 months and still can't connect things. But of course it needs time, and connecting things is even harder because when I learn something, you have it somewhere in your mind, but connecting is just experience. But yeah, that's rather, of course, not, it seems logical even for me. This is logical, but making that your head realize or your inner ego realize that is just tremendously hard. To be honest, I could never quit coding. I never could. I have so much fun. It interests me so much to just create something just with pure writing. But then on the other hand, I just think, oh my gosh, I'm too stupid for that. And this is quite a paradoxum. And at least now I know that advising other people to do things it's easier than applying them on yourself. But I'm currently at least working through a book where I have the code all written below. But when I get to a challenge and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't do it, I'm so stupid. I'm already, each time I'm so close of actually crying because I think of myself as really the stupidest person ever. And no, I don't repeat myself there. It really happens so on several occasions that I think that I'm the stupidest person ever when trying to get into coding. And when you say like, no, oh, that's typical for girls, freak you, that isn't. No, seriously, if you want to point it out that it's only because I'm a girl, then go ahead. But I do not really think that. Because I've spoken to many other developers and every one of these told me the same. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of trying and failing until you finally reach your goal. But my ego has to understand that. And I think I'm slightly getting a bit better because when I'm, for instance, copying code of from Stack Overflow and it's working, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's working! Even though I didn't think of the solution, it's like really awesome. Even though I myself didn't code the code. It's the satisfaction you get that really keeps me going, and that's also what I wrote in my blog post. But in the beginning, you do not really experience that. With time, when the exercises, even especially when you work through a programming book, get harder and harder and harder, and you achieve them, even only with the help of the internet. It's like, oh my gosh, yes. I mean, in the meantime, you also think that you're the stupidest person ever because you couldn't figure these things out by your own. But when you have found them, you also think you're clever because That's the most convenient way to copy it. This wasn't good advice at all. Yes, no, it wasn't. No, I really do not want to tell you that. You should never quit with your attempt of learning to program, no, because I can't. But what I know is when you're really into it, when you really want to learn it so badly, and you think you're so stupid because you can't figure things out, you won't quit. It's as simple as that. Because you got so used to this, for instance, Xcode being open all day and doing things for something else and then going back to Xcode, and you got so used to that you just can't leave it alone. You just have to live with it your entire life. That's basically my advice. Yes. So yes, have a nice week, everyone. I don't think that you say that on YouTube, but I don't care because I'm a hipster. Hello.